I think to a certain extent, yes. I think that, I don't think we're talking about one of the greatest offensive rosters of all time, but I do think that Ryan Poles has gotten this thing to a spot where if the quarterback is the dude, the thing's going to take off, right? So, it's not like the Chiefs are running out there with Hall of Famers all over the place. Okay, they have the dude at quarterback who elevates everyone else around him. How many years do we see that in Green Bay too? I mean, good, solid players, but the quarterback is elevating everybody, right? So I think Ryan Poles has at least gotten the offensive line to a more than functionable situation where he's found a way to balance youth with some of these veterans. It's not like Nate Davis is that old. Now you got a second-year left tackle. You're going to have a rookie right tackle. But it does feel like it's upgraded overall. It feels like you have a little bit more depth up the middle at center, too. That was a problem last year. Now you have two players that have done it for a long time, have plenty of experience in Cody Whitehair and Lucas Patrick. So there's enough there before we even start talking about the weapons. And from a running game standpoint, which is what the Bears were really good at last year, part of that was Justin Fields, but a lot of it was also just their scheme and the running backs. I think especially now that they've drafted Roschon Johnson, they've signed Dante Foreman, there's no reason they can't at least be as good with their running backs and their running game, their non-Justin Fields running game, let's put it that way, to keep that up. So now the question is, with better production, with the same running game, with better protection up front, does he have the weapons to take all the excuses out of this now, right? To say you have to figure out a way to elevate your game, to process faster, to get the ball into your playmakers' hands. And barring a couple catastrophic injuries with some of these wide receivers, which is always something you have to plan for, in my opinion, yeah, the answer is yes. He has those pieces. He has DJ Moore. He has Darnell Mooney. I think Chase Claypool being in a much more comfortable situation where he doesn't need to, pretend to be the number one wide receiver could elevate his game, especially in the red zone with potential touchdown targets. And then understanding that there's still a couple young, exciting players there. One of them being not Travis Scott, but Tyler Scott. Get that right. And Velus Jones Jr., what does this mean for him? But I liked how he ended last season, and you can still find a way to get him the football in some spots. So that's a really long way of saying, yes, I agree with most of those people that responded to that outstanding tweet that was put out by whoever put that out last night.
Great job.
I think a simpler, faster way of saying this is Justin Fields is going to be the reason that either this offense takes off or it doesn't.